Welcome to the Connors and Ferris High School Sports Show. Jeff, DiVeronica and Steve Bradley with another team still alive in the basketball season, and not many can say that in New York State. We have the Waterloo Tigers, the Section 5 Class B champions, and also the state champions for public high schools in New York. Coach Bree, it's been a long time coming. Been knocking on the door, runner-up a year ago. What did this team do to get to the top of the mountain and celebrate?
I just think it's been the consistency, with this, starting with this senior group in terms of how much time and effort they put in. Our younger kids play a ton of basketball. We just play a ton of basketball. And, I think this year it just kept rolling and we were able to win games, all different ways. Down the stretch here where it seemed like the last 5 games we were down every half. The girls never really, may have been some frustration, but they never really worried about it. They just kept playing and ultimately brought home the trophy.
Jeff, Waterloo beat Putnam Valley in the finals 58-48. They were trailing 41-29 after 3 quarters and put up 29 points in the 4th quarter, 24 from the trio that are with us, Natalie DiSanto, Morgan Carabello, and Jazzmyn Lewis, all senior guards. And Natalie, I'm going to start with you because you guys had a great celebration on Sunday. And when you had an assembly back at school, you actually read a letter from the team to coach about the last 6 years, had a great amount of humor, great amount of humility. And I think one of the best lines in that letter was, we really wanted to make you to work for that state championship and come back in the 4th quarter. Where did that letter come from? Where did those feelings come from?
I think there was a lot of excitement coming with winning states. It's been our dream since we were younger, playing basketball together. And, it's really a thank you to Coach. And we put in the hard work, but he also puts in a lot of hard work. And humor I had to put some humor in it and make people laugh.
Now, the semifinals was 73-50 over Cortland. Typical Waterloo fashion, at least for most of the season, you steamrolled a lot of teams. Morgan, you had 18 in that one, Natalie 15, Jazz 15, and Addison Bree 13. In the finals, you got behind. What was that speech like? I think I read that the 3rd quarter has been kind of your thing, but it didn't turn out that way in the finals. It turned to be the 4th quarter. Morgan, tell us about what was that chat like as you're heading to the 4th quarter. I think you were down by 12 late in the 3rd, but down 10 going to the 4th. What turned things around for you?
I think it was the energy. We were kind of nervous the whole game because every play matters. We can't take any play off. We just got good energy from the crowd, from our coaches and each other. We just picked each other up and we knew what we had to do in the 4th.
Jen, how much fun has we're doing this on Tuesday, 72 hours been? Has it been a whirlwind for you and your teammates?
Yeah, we went to school and we got congratulated from everyone. It's like, congrats. Everybody saying congrats.
But what about, take me back to the parade though. You're going through town and made a stop to thank the first responders, and then you come to the light downtown Waterloo. The whole team gets off the bus, runs up and down. There must have been 20 fire trucks, and is having high fives and hugs with the crowd. Pretty emotional moment for you with your dad. What was that all like?
It was emotional actually. And it was fun. It's nothing I've ever experienced before.
So you said it's emotional. Why? Why was it emotional?
Because my season's coming to an end.
And you want to keep playing. You get a chance to do that in federations this weekend. We'll talk about that in a minute. But Jazzmyn, you're I feel like I've seen you play a few times. Actually, it's not just you, but you have a couple of players that are like the Swiss Army knife. You can do a lot of different things. Coach, let me ask you about Jazzmyn and her role for this team. How valuable has she been? I know it's certainly not just one player, but could you tell me a bit about her game?
She's always, I think people know her most by, a lot of times they call her a safety on the basketball court. And if you ever watch her, she really does have those instincts where she has a feel for where the ball's going. She's only 5, we'll give her 5'3", 5'4". But we asked her to play the middle of our defense this year. Asked her not to pick up fouls, asked her to defend all the good posts that we see throughout the year. And just does a great job for us. And like you said, it's just not one, but they all just feed off each other, and it's just a great group of kids to be around. She's been on varsity the longest. This is her 5th year, and I think she doesn't say much. I said this to her on senior. She doesn't say much, but when she does say something, people listen.
So we would say that's an E.F. Hutton, but that reference probably people wouldn't necessarily get that unless they're old like we are. Morgan, going back to the last year's game, Shelmont, 2-point loss and very close to going to overtime. And then to be able to have the season that you had this year after that game, how much did that game drive you and your teammates to reach the top of the mountain?
I think that was the main drive for me. I think and everybody else too. We only had one more year, one more chance to do it. I remember we were in McDonald's after the game, and I was talking to Coach Bree and everybody, and I was like, we're going to go back. And we spent so much time doing AAU and Summer League, and we referred back to that a lot. So it was big.
Natalie, you read the letter Steve said, and you're one of the captains of the team, I would imagine, too. I feel like are you a pretty chatty gal in the huddle? Are you what kind of leader are you? Can you describe your leadership style? And there's a young player out there that what would you give advice to them about how to be a good leader?
Yeah, I definitely think I am more on the chatty side when it comes to leadership. Especially, I have 2 younger sisters who also play sports, and they look up a lot to me, so I try to be a good role model for them. And for younger girls, being the leader, you really have to learn how to step out of your comfort zone and not be afraid to step up. And even if you're the only one talking in practice, at least like you're getting things going. And I think once one person starts cheering more in practice or in games, it gets everyone more excited and gives everyone more confidence. So
contagious, young lady. It's contagious. Well done. That's a great answer, Natalie. And now that answer will take us to break, Steve. Let's take a quick break. Talk more with Waterloo, a proud tradition of basketball, and now the ultimate moment, winning a state championship. We're so happy and excited to share it right here with you on the Connors and Ferris High School Sports Show.
The best 3 things here at McQuaid are definitely the sports, the brotherhood, and the service to community. I think that's a really big, important thing that McQuaid stresses, which is part of creating a better and great man. You definitely feel a connection with your fellow students here. It's being all guy school. You're able to relate to each other on a personal level, and everyone's very welcoming here with open arms and willing to be your friend.
While we celebrate 140 years of serving our community, the kind of delicious joy that lasts a lifetime, we look forward to serving you for 140 more. With hardworking, wholehearted, passionate people who will help shape new memories for generations to come.
You don't choose to get hurt at work, but you can choose the workers' comp attorneys at Connors and Ferris to fight for your money and medical benefits you deserve.
With over 20 years of industry experience, we will give your case our undivided attention so that you and your family can focus on your recovery.
So call Connors and Ferris, the workers' comp attorneys dedicated to fighting for injured workers' rights.
Connors and Ferris, your workers' comp attorneys.
Are you looking for a place to create your greater story? Roberts Wesleyan University was voted the best undergraduate program by the Rochester Business Journal Reader Rankings in 2022. We're honored and humbled for being recognized as a top winner. Within every student is a transformation story in the making. At Roberts, you'll find an academically inspiring environment led by supportive, high-quality professors. You'll build upon your education and have opportunities to pursue your interests, explore career opportunities, and shape your future forward at Roberts, a liberal arts university anchored in Christ located in Rochester, New York. Apply now for fall 2023 at roberts.edu/apply. We'll get back to you within 24 hours once you submit your application. Bring your greater story to light at Roberts Wesleyan University.
Hi, this is Jeff DiVeronica. I'd like to tell you about my friends from Doyle Security. We lost my father-in-law a few years ago, and that meant my mother-in-law was going to be alone in her house. One of my first calls was to Doyle. Doyle has an award-winning burglary detection system, and that gave her peace of mind again. It gave her comfort. These days, you can't put a price tag on that. Whether it's for your family or yourself, at any stage of your life, Doyle is there for you. For seniors, Doyle offers a personally enabled GPS emergency response system. They have a full array of smart systems, including fire and carbon monoxide detection, security cameras, and more for your home or business. More than 35,000 families and businesses rely on Doyle every day and every night. Family owned and operated for more than 100 years, you don't have that kind of staying power unless you're doing something right. To learn more, call 1-866-GO-DOYLE or visit godoyle.com.
Local McDonald's operators care about our local schools, teams, and student athletes. That's why they support the return of high school athletics in the Rochester area and around the state. See you before or after the big game at McDonald's. Welcome back, Section 5. Game on!
Why do you exercise? To look better? To feel better? To drop a few pounds? To train for an event? To defy age? Or to keep your ability to say yes to the things you love to do? Whatever motivates you, G&G Fitness Equipment is here to get you there. Treadmills, ellipticals, rowers, bikes, home gyms, and accessories. We'll pair you with the right equipment, teach you how to use it, and be there every step of your fitness journey. G&G Fitness. Your goal is our goal.
Welcome back to the Connors and Ferris High School Sports Show. Jeff DiVeronica and Steve Bradley talking with one of our state champions in Section 5, and happy to say that, the Waterloo Tigers. Nickname change worked, I guess, right? Steve Bradley is with us. And Steve, you know this team really well. Tell us a little more about your impressions of why this team, Steve, you've watched a lot of basketball in your lifetime, why you think they were special and got this thing done.
Well, I think it was their togetherness for one thing, and the belief that they were never out of a game. And then something I think that Natalie just kind of referred to a little bit is like when you have success and you believe you can do it again. But on the court, they're relentless. They go 94 feet with pressure defense, and a lot of times that tires teams out. And I'm going to steal an answer Coach Bree gave me a couple days ago. They averaged 11 and a half three-pointers a game. So there's a lot of people that can hit that outside shot, and they score 70 points a game. So they're very tough to keep up with. They're very tough to defend. And they have 4 players that score in double figures and other players that play significant roles. You put all that together, and you've got a state champion.
Geez, that's better than some NBA teams, Coach Bree. Almost 12 three-pointers a game. Where does that, kidding aside, where does that come from? Is it just you got a great collection of shooters? Is it something that's in the water in Waterloo?
You know, I told everybody this year I didn't know what we were going to do. I mean, obviously we had to replace some key players from last year, and you know we didn't have a lot of size coming in, and I knew we had some good shooters, but you know you look at these 3 that are on the show here with us today. You know, Morgan really bumped her average up 7-8 points a game from last year. Natalie and Jazzmyn both doubled their output from last year, and you know Addison stepping up and basically doubling her output from last year. You know, and I think along the line in the summer and you know, as we got going with practices, we really focused on shooting threes and kind of almost had the mindset, maybe not the start of the season, but definitely towards the beginning of the season that, you know, we were going to live and die by the three. We knew we could score layups off our defense, and you know, we've always had that, but we had to figure out other ways to score. And I think the 3 ball, because you know, like Steve just said, we averaged about 11 and a half makes a game, but we took almost 35 a game, 35 threes a game, which, just puts a lot of pressure on teams to either catch up or worry about that fury coming some point in the game.
Jeff, I think there's probably another factor too. You hear all these teams talk about being families, but this team, Coach Bree's wife, Keisha, is an assistant coach. His daughter, Addison, who we referenced, is on the team. Morgan's father is an assistant coach. And Coach Panic, whose daughter, Gwen, is on the team, is an assistant coach. Morgan, how much, all these teams always say they're family. I know you break your huddle on Sunday by saying family after the ceremony. How important is that in forming the closeness that this team has?
I think it's huge. It actually, I think it's better too, because having chemistry can really change a team. And I think that's something that really brought us there, is just the chemistry.
All right, what do we know about South Bronx? And how do y'all, Jazz, let me ask you this before we have Coach will break them down, because a little bit at least. But Jazzmyn, let me ask you this. You've had this amazing few weeks, right? And it culminated with the moment you've all been waiting for your whole lives since you picked up a basketball. Are you back up emotionally? Can you get back up emotionally for the next round, or has it been tough at all? If you all felt kind of fatigued, it's been a couple of days here, but if you felt fatigued, or does that 17, 18-year-old body bounce right back?
I think it bounces right back. I'm ready to play again. I'm ready to pick up a basketball again.
Music to Coach's ears.
Yes, yeah.
And Natalie, one thing that Coach said on Sunday too, when he was talking to the community, is that the best part of winning the state championship is you got another week together. What is this extra week together meant to you and your teammates to have this time that, only 5 teams in the state get in girls basketball?
I think time, especially my senior year, is very valuable to me. And, I'm not taking any game for granted. I'm excited to play next week. I didn't want my season to end after states. I wanted it to keep going. It's my senior year, and it's pretty emotional, and I want to play as many games as we can.
Well, you've made it. You've made it to the last weekend of your high school career. There is no next weekend after this. So that in and of itself is an amazing accomplishment. Coach, I'll ask you a little bit about South Bronx. Have you been able to get to learn much about them? I know you still have a couple of days before you got to go back over to the Capital Region. You play them 3:00 in Clifton Park. Coach Bree, what can you tell us about this team?
I had to go back to what you were kind of asking, because we haven't really even Sunday. We had the parade. We gave them Monday, Tuesday off. So I'm glad to hear the answers that they want to get back in and get the basketball in their hands, because you just never know. You have a lot of people say, do you want to end with a state championship? And for us, I think it's just about we get to have another week where we get to play basketball and be together. So, and as far as the team we're playing, I've watched a little bit. I'm going to watch a lot more here tonight. They're aggressive. They attack. They've got several scores. So I think for us, it's going to be good, because I think the way they play is a lot like we like. So it's going to be up and down. It's going to be fast paced. There's going to be a lot of full court pressure from both teams, and we're looking forward to the challenge. I think giving these girls the 2 days off, and we're going to get back at it tomorrow. I think they're re-energized, and I think they just want to, with this group, I think they just want to win 2 more games. I don't know what else I could say about it.
Jeff, Tigers are 26-1. And if you'll humor me, give me the last word. Ladies, I want to go around the horn. I'm going to ask you one question. Please forgive me if you've heard it before. Coach will finish with you. Natalie, one word to describe this season.
Accomplished.
Jazzmyn?
Amazing.
Morgan?
Unreal.
And Coach?
I'd say awesome.
I'm going to give you one more, Steve. Unforgettable. And isn't that why we play sports? To have memories that we're never going to forget. And you all have something that no matter what happens this weekend, you have something you're always going to remember. You've accomplished something that other kids dream about. And I can feel it from a small community, and this is a family thing. real happy for you. I go way back with Mr. Lincoln, and real happy for the whole school district and getting this thing done. And props to you, Coach Bree. I know you came back for a reason.
Thank you.
And I feel like it's accomplished now. So I think that's what Natalie said. So, Steve Bradley, are you going to keep it together down there?
I hope so. I thought I did all right.
You did great.
Hey, isn't
Waterloo,
Kevin Herter from Shenandoah?
he is
Kevin
from
Herter?
Shenandoah. Kevin Herter. That is correct.
Boom.
All right. I don't know where that came from, but okay. For Steve Bradley, well, you know what? First of all, good luck, Waterloo. We wish you the best. Good luck.
Thank
We're
you.
rooting for
Thank you.
For Steve Bradley and our producer, Joe Barat, thanks for watching us right here on the Connors and Ferris High School Sports Show.